Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Calvin Williams with Impruver. Improver is a software solution that helps companies to execute strategy and drive a culture of continuous improvement. And we also have a service called the Impruver Accelerator. And today, we have the privilege of catching up with Kevin Alcock, who just completed successfully the Improver Accelerator, did an excellent job. And we just want to catch up with him, get his thoughts on his experience in the process, and take it from there. So, how you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing pretty good. It's enjoying finally some spring weather.
Good, awesome. So, where are you at now? You're way up north, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm in London, Ontario, Canada.
London, Ontario, Canada. We don't think of Canada when we hear London, but yeah, I guess there is a London, the far north, London.
Yeah.
So good. All right. So tell us more about what you do and how you heard about Improver.
Yeah, so I'm plant engineer for a company called Gentek. We make windows and other exterior products, and I work at the window facility. And I heard about Accelerator through the plant manager there, Ira, who signed me up and took the first steps in getting me on the Improver program just in general.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I know Ira, great guy. We've developed somewhat of a friendship since we started doing Improver stuff, which has been a lot of fun to do. So Ira is your boss, right? You report to Ira, right? He's like the director of manufacturing at the facility, right? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Just curious, like why did he want you to take this process?
I think it's because of my prior background in lean. I'm new to Gentek and the company. My past experience was a lean coordinator for a heavy equipment manufacturer.
Okay, so you got some lean experience. So you just got certified as an improver, right? You kind of finished the first tier. So what are your aspirations with the accelerator?
So my aspirations with Improver and the Accelerator after this is to continue on, get my next level certification, but then also utilize this tool and methodology to just continuously bring improvements and stretch targets to Gentek and that team.
Interesting. That's great, man. That's fantastic. Really excited to see your progress in that area. All right. Speaking of stretch targets, what was your target during the recent accelerator?
My first target was to be able to pace one of our production lines for Windows at 10 units an hour.
Good. I think that's a lot. That's good, right?
It was about a 40% improvement was what I was going for. So it was a significant stretch target, especially being new to the industry.
That's fascinating, right? Because you're new to the job, right? And completely. And the accelerator for you was almost like let's accelerate Kevin to full speed as quickly as possible by throwing him in the deep end and letting him figure out how things really work around here, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It was 100% that.
So it kind of accelerated your onboarding, which is another value proposition of this process, right?
100%. I wouldn't have as good of an understanding of the company and what we do and how we do business had it not been for the framework in the accelerator training.
So that's powerful, man. That's awesome. Okay, so what improvements did you make as part of trying to increase I want to call it frame rate? It's not the exact right term, but window rate from I guess it would have been from 6 to 10. Is that?
I did make improvements from 6 units an hour to 7.5, almost 8 an hour on an average pace.
So that's pretty good. So from 6 to 7.5, 8 sounds like.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good jump.
I handed off that target condition actually to the supervisor that was more able to affect the production rate than I was at that time.
Interesting.
And I pivoted my target condition at that point to coaching sessions with the supervisor, Christina.
That's interesting. So you actually put the target with the person who had the most influence over that target. So really
Correct.
Put the ownership with the person who really owns it, right?
Yeah.
That's it. That's what you got to do. That's awesome. Good for you. So how did that go? Like how did Christina take the additional responsibility?
So it was already things that she was doing and she wants to have an impact on. So she responded really, really well to it. And just having the framework when we could meet and have regular coaching sessions, it really helped where we started to gain some momentum.
So what did you like about the accelerator process?
Really, what I enjoyed was the different approach from the other style training that I've done, being that it was small incremental steps each week, thoughtfully prepared and rolled out in a meaningful way for what each week's learning was for, working on real life problems, and seeing the guidance from third party coaches that aren't actually seeing our problems, and that still being able to help was like really valuable when it came to that.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, you make a point on kind of tying the work you're doing, making the incremental improvements like the PDCA cycles, right? And kind of tying that to what you're learning throughout the accelerator, right? With the videos and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of makes it where you're not just listening, just halfway listening. You're listening to apply, right? You're listening to do it. Like, oh snap, I can use that. I'm gonna try that next, right? What'd you like about the Improver software?
I like that it's all in one place. I do have CATA knowledge and a background before taking the Improver and the Accelerator program. At that point, when I was using it in the past, I had Excel worksheets and everything. I tried to do it that way. I've tried the handwritten version, having it all where it creates your average and your deviation with your run chart. It's nice having it all in that one spot.
Yeah, I know during the accelerator, we don't necessarily play around with all the features in the software because there's a lot more, to unpack there. But like the main dashboard, right? It's kind of got the nice story, gives it some structure, right? Gives you some guardrails to ride on. And you seem to pick that up pretty quickly. So I could tell your previous kata training certainly came in handy. So good. All right. Well, cool, man. You got some great results. Anything else you'd like to share before we close out?
It's really the tool that I had been searching for to facilitate PDCA.
Yeah.
Everything in one place, the dashboard, useful information. It's an exciting program.
All right. On that note, hey, man, excellent work. Congrats. You got some certificates of achievement too out of the deal, right? Congratulations. Looking forward to see what you do in the next wave. So good stuff.
Yeah. Looking forward to working with you guys too and continuing to use this software.
That's awesome. All right, Kevin. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
We'll catch up on the other side.